Now we come to one of the last episodes today. We will actually deep dive in our PoC blueprint we developed together with all our partners and our experience being really active in the pilot phase or the PoC phase with our partners. We usually split it up in 3 phases. It's the preparation phase, the execution phase, and I think highly relevant, the validation phase. Everything you learn here, you can get the process much better. What's happening at the preparation phase? We would recommend as a first step to set up an NDA. Please forget the 50 pages. Have something simple, maybe something already prepared with your legal team. 1-2 pages where you just agree with the other party to work together, and then of course you will not steal the other ideas or the IP. Second part is the project scope definition. So what would you like to do together? What is the result you would like to get? And here we highly recommend don't make everything. Think about the one piece you want to work together as a test version, or you would never end if you really want to kind of build a whole car. Just start with a reel, just start with like a part of it. Don't do everything at the same time. Then the project plan definition. Think about when do you start, what are the milestones, when would you like to end? As well to have a prioritize in this activity, but as well, of course, to have the right resources ready, everything you need to get this project running. But here maybe a small tip, especially in this kind of collaboration. It can happen that it maybe is not everything going like you plan. So be a little bit flexible in your project planning and validate it earlier at the end, of course, the whole process, but always in between if the project is right now in the still run or if you need to adjust something. Then plan the test environment. Let's say for a demo or PoC, a pilot, maybe you need different things, but you need a sandbox. Do you need a certain location to test out things? Would you like to test it on the startup side? Would you like to test it? As example, I work in Stuttgart, Arena 2036, down there with different companies to have it separated from your company. Or would you like to maybe test it already in your company? So these are things you have to prepare and be aligned on the beginning. And now, of course, important part, everybody needs to eat. Think about the budget topic, budget approval. So where is the budget coming from? We already hear from the governance processes or like governance setup that the budget can be being in different parts. There's nothing wrong and right. But do you have the budget in the innovation department? Are they financing maybe the project from the business unit? Is this budget coming from the business unit? Of course, then you need to align with their business thing. But somehow the startup have to be paid. Maybe you need some stuff internally that this project can be successful. If all these things come together, you know already you signed your NDA, you scoped your project, you planned your project plan, you know where actually to do this thing, and you know the budget. You go in a contract base with the startup to really agree what you will do and what the plan is. And here again, like with the NDA, don't overwhelm the startup. It's like a huge contract they have to check with the legal team. Go in here easy, of course fair, and of course as well protected, but don't make this part of the process so long that maybe at the end the startup is not anymore existing because it didn't earn money or it didn't could test their technology. What you have to have in mind as well for preparation phase, of course, to have the resources on the people side ready. So, okay, not everything fits all, of course, but what we see, it's kind of good to have a project manager, a technical expert, somebody from the business unit, but plus on the startup side as well, somebody being your like lead on the site. Plus, have the buy-in from your management. So the management should be aligned that this project should happen. It's a priority. There's budget going in there, going resources, but as well that a C-level or like a middle manager will look at as well on the results if this is something for long term, because it should not be only just a fun project. So to summarize it up, before we really go to the execution, working on the technology, working on the PoC and pilots, do you have the NDA set? Do you have the business unit aligned? Do you have the project defined? Do you know what you like to measure? What are the steps on the project? Legal agreement. If this is all set, you're ready to go to the execution side. With this, we will go to our next module where we go to execution, validation, and wrapping up this whole series for you.